Ivy is a pervasive game. Running through the streets of Belgrade, the player is guided through many facets of artificial intelligence and its role in contemporary society.
We chose to make it a pervasive game, mapping the center of Belgrade and marking some of the culturally important monuments, government buildings, socially relevant buildings, things that we felt represent a lot of the issues as well as benefits that accompany and further explain the potential implementation of AI in the present and future.
We choose to be a game because both humans and technology are playful.
This is a collaborative art education process and an embodied learning experience. Learning that unfolds with this action is a bodily and sensorial process. We did not want to stay in the dualist paradigm and involve only mind, so to say.
Walking down the street, the player passes through this invisible web of AI that's been casted upon us in our everyday life. Machine errors, biased decisions, privacy issues are brought to the surface. In that sense, the game becomes a kind of wondering upon the questions of regulations and governance of AI, as well as the process of decision-making in regards to its creation and implementation.
And also, if we do transfer our ability, our core ability to make choices on artificial entity, what will it mean for us? What would it mean for our personality? Would human personality change dramatically? How it will affect social structure?
The player communicates with different game characters via chat interface and by exchanging different contents. Players would express their decisions, opinions on different topics, various materials created using their technological devices. On the other side, Lab and Ivy, for example, would send texts, images, and relevant examples from both art and science backgrounds. All of them form players' personal libraries, helping to understand each other, creating unique hypertextual network.
Ivy is a simulation. It's a simulation within a simulation. Actually, we are simulating artificial intelligence in our game to make it more real than real and more intelligent than it really is at this current moment.
We put the player in this world that we've created, and it is a new world. Everything is a little more advanced than it is right now, and we put these choices on them. As we already mentioned, we give them a library where they can use both art and science to find out more about AI as they play. They can use that and make their choices as educated individuals, or they can immerse themselves in the game and make a choice that feels right, using only their intuition. Either way, the players are faced with the consequences of their choices by the end, both the good and the bad ones.
Both humans and machines make mistakes. But hey, the whole world history is full of examples of failures turned out to be creative inventions. There is performative relevance in event we call IV. The tiny paradox is created by placing a player in corporeal and in the same time technology-mediated situation. And in a moment, it is overcome by the fact that borders between our personal and technologically supported decisions-making quickly adapts to this context. It reveals a fluid, dynamic, and actually very amusing process. It is very virtual in that sense.
There are no answers, mostly questions. Playing the game is an open process of deconstruction of dystopic or utopic stories about AI that prevail our imagination. Of course, it involves asking philosophical questions about mind and humanness. It is a journey through ancient myths, epistemological dilemmas about cognition, but also an inquiry about power relations, high-tech companies, and consumerism.
We think about all the future possibilities. The question of cultural heritage comes to play. Having in mind that our future is now being stored and collected in data centers, as Kate Crawford puts it, players are put in the position to re-examine their immediate behavior and relationship with AI. The game takes you on a journey to locations that are not only related to knowledge, heritage, and consumerism. Aspects of materiality are revealed throughout the game in their symbolical representations. In this way, the player is revealing the complex system of labor, commerce, and geopolitical power that comes to play. Not only that the inner working of our artificial devices are revealed, the impact it has on our cultural, economical, and environmental situations are being brought to light as well.
So we also wanted to peek a little bit into the future and confront the player with a potential singularity point. So singularity is the future time point. In some opinions, it will happen by 2045. In this point of time, the artificial intelligence will not only reach, but significantly exceed level of current average human intelligence. So some people believe that the only way for these two intelligences, human and artificial intelligence, to coexist is to merge. If that will be the case, we were wondering what would happen then for a human intelligence, for a human entity. Are we going to become more and more artificial-like, even if not becoming artificial per se? As in the beginning, artificial intelligence was created in our own image. We were wondering why it was primarily created. To serve us or save us?
Or none of it?
Is there a third option?
Or more?
I guess we'll find out.